Alright, let's begin on hands and knees, and just like this. And we're gonna begin with cat-cow. Cat-cow is super simple. We begin by arching our back, by sticking our bum out, looking up, and then rounding our back. This is a nice little stretch for the lower back and upper back. And it's a safe way to do it. Just keep alternating. And exhale when you round your back, looking at your belly button, tucking your tailbone. Inhale as you look up, stick your bum out, arch your back, and exhale. Now the benefit of this is not only that it's a gentle stretch and a nice way to warm up the spine, but also since you're going to both extremes, now come back to center. Find what is a flat back. A flat back. So back of the neck is somewhat long and everything is just level, okay? And that's a nice little benefit there. And since we're on our hands and yoga is very intense on the hands and wrists, let's do a little something for our wrists. Bring our forearms together, like so, and then interlace the fingers and just turn the hands around while you keep your forearms together. This is a nice little warm-up. If you hear any clunking sounds, it's pretty normal. Switch directions if you haven't already. It's always nice to do both sides. And then another little wrist warm-up is turning the wrists around the hands. So it's not like this. Notice the difference. I was not doing this. Instead, the hands and palms are forward and staying kind of in the same spot, but the wrists are moving around the hands. It's a subtle difference. And not everyone's able to do it initially, and that's normal as well. So switch directions. It's a gentle way of warming up the wrist as well. Alright, now let's get back on hands and knees. And actually we'll go into a quick child's pose. So child's pose is simple. It's you bring your feet together and your knees apart, wide apart. And then you sit back toward your heel as you reach forward. And this is a really nice stretch. Let your forehead go down to the mat. Take a deep breath and let it all go, maybe even with a sigh. Let's do our favorite little lat stretch here. Walk your hands to the left while you're in child's pose, and then look under your right armpit. Taking a deep breath here. Stretching that left side of the body. And then let's go back to the center. And then bring your hands all the way to the right. I'm out of space, but I'm doing my best. And then look under your left armpit. Taking a deep breath, ribs expanding to help accentuate the stretch. And then walk your hands back to center. Now from here, let's come back to tabletop position, back to center. And tuck the toes, lift the knees up into downward facing dog. And let's start by just moving the knees. So I'm bending one knee and straightening the other, just to help warm up the calves and stretch them up a little bit. It's nice to be a little dynamic when you first get into poses, rather than static when you're still cold. And now let's raise the right leg up, as high as you'll go, just a little bit there, and then bring your right knee to your nose. So you're curling, and then extend the right leg back into the three-legged downward dog. Bring the right knee back in toward your nose, even tighter. See if you could touch the right knee to your nose. And then step the right foot right between the hands there. And if you couldn't step your right foot all the way forward between the hands, just use your hands to help push it forward right now. Alright, now from here, reach the arms back behind you. The fingers are reaching backwards as the crown of the head is reaching forward. And then without changing the torso, raise the arms forward and then come upright. Relax your shoulders. From here, let's bring our left hand down and the right arm up. Looking up at the right arm, at the right hand there. Bring the right hand down and let's bring the right foot slightly more to the right and then bring the left knee down. Untuck those back toes and let's raise the arms up in this low lunge position. Relax the shoulders. Alright, now from here, let's turn this into a hamstring stretch by simply straightening the front knee and sticking the bum out. So this one, for all hamstring stretches, you can make them a little more intense by just trying to curl the butt backwards. And then let's go back into the lunge by bending the knee forward. And in this position, you actually don't want to stick the bum out. You want to try to tuck the tailbone. You try to tuck your butt, and that will stretch the quads here more. All right. And then another thing I love to do is to just alternate between hamstring stretch, hip flexor stretch, hamstring stretch. And so in the hamstring stretch, I'm sticking the bum out, trying to slightly arch the lower back, and then doing the opposite in the lunge, where I'm trying to bring my tailbone down. And this dynamic movement is pretty nice and efficient as you're getting a couple different major muscle groups. Okay, now from here, let's do the other side. Let's bring both hands on the mat toward the left of the foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then step your foot back into a plank position. From a plank position, stick the bum up into the air so you're back into downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, bend the knees and bring the chest to the thighs. So chest to the thighs. And this will help open up your lats and shoulders as well. Now from here, raise the left leg up and bring the left knee to your nose. One more time, extend the left leg back, maybe a little higher this time, and then bring the left knee into your nose. Let's do that one more time. Left leg as high as it'll go this time, and then sweep it in. So try to touch the left knee into your nose, and then step it through between your hands. Reach your hands back behind you. Your fingers are pulling back so hard that it's bringing your shoulders down away from the ears. And the crown of the head is reaching forward. And then from here you are going to raise the hands forward and then come upright in this crescent lunge. And in this position, you can even look up at your hands. Maybe even a slight back bend. All right, relax the shoulders. Let's put the hands down. Actually, right hand down, left arm up. This is the crescent twist. You can be looking up at your hand. And then let's bring that left hand down now. Bring this left foot slightly to the left. Bring the back knee down, untuck those toes. And let's raise the arms up into the low lunge. And now in this low lunge, you want to try to tuck the tailbone more. And bring this left knee forward if you want to accentuate stretching your hip flexors on your right thigh. From here, straighten the front knee. So now it's a hamstring stretch. And you could accentuate it more by sticking that bum out. You know, it's up to you if you want to put the hands down on the floor. That can make things a little more intense. But let's alternate. Let's go back into this lunge by bringing this knee forward in a bend position. And then straightening it. And then bending it. And alternate your hip position if you want to intensify it. So in this lunge position, I'm tucking the tailbone, and then I'm sticking the bum out in the hamstring stretch. All right. Now let's bring the hands down on the mat, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up, go back into a plank position. In this plank position, you want to be firm. You want your butt to be engaged. You want your thighs together. You want to be pushing through the shoulders. And make sure that your butt is not sagging down. And now let's go on one forearm and then the other forearm. And then let's cross the forearms. So the hands are closer to the opposite elbows. And then swivel onto your right foot, the right side of your right foot, and raise the left arm up into a side plank. Something I like to do here as well is to bring the hips down and then bring them back up. So see if you could do that a few times. And bring it down and then bring it up higher each time. Okay, and let's switch sides by slowly bringing the hand down so that it's on the opposite elbow and then swiveling the feet. So it's like so. So you're on the left side of the left foot and then bringing the right arm up into that side plank position. I forgot, we could also reach the arm overhead like this and then raise the hips up. And then bring the hips down and up and down and up. Let's bring the hand back down and let's bring the knees down. And I just remembered this awesome side plank variation. So what we're going to do is, it's like side plank on our hands, on our hand, just like this, but with the knee down. So for me, my left leg is straight, my right knee is bent, and my hand is right under my shoulder here. And let's reach the left arm overhead like so. So we stretch the left side of the body. And then bring the left hand down your leg as you raise your right arm overhead this way. Switching sides. Just do this on your own pace. It's a nice way to stretch the sides of the body. Okay, and then let's switch sides by just bringing the knee in toward the other one. Put the left hand down, straighten the other leg, and let's just do that same motion on the other side. Sliding this hand down your leg as you reach it over. Always remember to breathe. Try to synchronize the breath with the movement, ideally, rather than holding the breath. When we hold our breath, it's like we are stressed in an intense position and we might not even notice it. But if we could breathe through it, we get through everything a lot better and we could process it. Okay, now what should we do? Let's go on our backs, however way you like. All right, now from here, let's stretch our arms overhead and our hands, and our feet. Stretch your feet and toes and hands as far apart as you can. Bring both knees in to your chest. Grab opposite. Just try to hug yourself in. And then let's bring the left leg. So I'm putting my right foot down, putting my left foot over my right thigh. And then I'm grabbing behind my right thigh with both my hands interlaced. Okay? And from here you can pull that right knee in toward your chest as you push the left knee away from your face. And then let's rotate the ankles in a circle. And move it in the other direction. Let's switch sides. Bring the right knee over the left thigh. And then grab behind the hamstrings there on the back of the thigh. And then you can rest your head as well if you want. If you want to intensify the stretch and you're not feeling the stretch, you can grab your shins instead, like so. But that's up to you. Okay, and then let's let that go and bring the hands down, feet down. And I'm just gonna end this session right here by just straightening the legs. Put the hands out to the side with your palms facing up. And just take a moment here to relax. And this is Shavasana, corpse pose. Typically yoga is done so that you move a bunch and then you stretch and you feel relaxed so that you can get into positions like this and just meditate. And meditation is not complicated. You just need to just be in that moment and do nothing. When the Dalai Lama was asked, "What is meditation like?" he responded, "It's like sleeping." So it's not so hard to just be in that state. You don't have to do anything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.